Andy and Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon Channel. Andy O'Reilly and the good-looking fellow there on the other end of the line, that would be Dave Cackley, who's...
I need to trim these eyebrows, man.
Would
They're
you
out of
please
control.
do something? Stop touching yourself. Well, the last few days you've seemed obsessed with kind of rubbing your face and touching yourself. And
It's just little tics that develop as I age.
is that what it is?
Do this. I like to do this.
Yeah?
This makes you think you're being very contemplative and deep in thought.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We all know better than that.
I like the way I look when I rub my chin.
Yeah?
Okay, I don't know.
Well, okay, good. Well,
All right.
you're reflective. That's what you are. You're
Yes.
so deep.
Uh-huh.
You're
Absolutely.
one of the deepest guys I've ever seen or heard about.
I am.
You
I
really
probably
are.
am
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably deeper than anybody you know, quite frankly. I'm being completely honest, too.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a surface sort of fella.
No, not at all.
Just not.
You're something. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So, what do you got for me?
I spent half
You're still
the night
not
awake
well.
coughing.
Yeah.
My,
You just do not look
think
like
my
a well
cold pill
man.
wore out at about 1:30.
Yeah.
So from 1:30 till 3:30, I was awake coughing, and then finally I got up and I said, "The hell with it! I'm going to take some more nighttime cold pills." And of course, you know when you got a cold and you're a guy, you get the nighttime cough medicine,
Yes.
and you deliberately measure it right out
Right,
to the
that's what I do.
specific dosage.
30 milliliters, man. That's what you go with. You
Right.
need a little more because you're bigger.
No, you just tip it up and you just blub 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 blub. So I'm a little.
Off?
You could say a little dazed this morning. Still a little of under the influence of the two cold pills and
Right.
double shot of cough. I don't know why a cold.
It's creepy.
You start off with a head cold. Okay, great. Well, this one took about 30 seconds till it worked its way into my chest, and it just. Why does it affect? Does everybody get colds like this, or does it just affect me?
Yeah, I think it affects different people differently. When I have a cold, it's my head, it's my nose,
Yeah.
I get a headache and I'm congested. I'll cough a little bit, but it doesn't really seem to affect my chest that much. And
Mine goes from my head to my chest
nuisance.
instantly, and if it was just in my head, I could live with it. Big whoop. Okay, you blow your nose, you're congested, you take some Advil, cold sinus, great, whatever. But when it gets down in my chest, and you got that rattly sound, that wheeze, just
Or you sound
sucks.
like it.
Hate it. I really do. So that's why I whine.
You'll survive.
Carry on. And,
Yeah.
I would just love it to just stay in my head just once.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I could help you.
I wish you could too.
That's okay.
Come over and hold me.
You'll be fine.
would you?
No, I will not
Can we
hug you.
canoodle?
Sorry.
Please.
No, we cannot canoodle. There will be no canoodling or cavorting.
Please.
Or no.
Come on.
No cuddling.
Just for me.
No,
Please,
no
Dave.
spooning.
Just
No.
this once.
No, never.
I'll let you use the
Can't do it.
tub.
No, see, your tub isn't big enough. You need a bigger tub, and you need one with jets.
Oh.
I got my friend Greg, the one that has the bidet. He's also got the best tub with jets.
Yeah.
And it's in like Whirlpool.
right,
It's
well,
awesome.
Yeah,
I need to go
you had
back
your
there
one
again.
chance to use my tub, and now that offer's going to be rescinded, and it's never going to be offered again. So
Oh,
don't ever ask again.
well, get a bidet too.
No, I'm not going
You
to.
need to get a bidet in a tub with jets.
No. Do some news, would
Come
you?
on. All right, let's get into it. President Donald Trump issued familiar warning to North Korea on Tuesday, saying the U.S. is prepared to use devastating military action against the rogue nation if necessary. According to defense officials, North Korea has moved fighter jets, fuel tanks, and air-to-air missiles to a base on its eastern coast. This is being viewed as an effort to boost military readiness. So, getting closer and closer. I go back and forth on whether I'm really concerned about North Korea.
I think the concern's got to be there. I think that you've got two somewhat irrational leaders of countries rattling sabers back and forth at each other, and it's enough to there should be due concern.
Is buffoon as Trump can be at times. You can't make the comparison to Kim Jong-un You can't.
Well,
That's a ridiculous dude. That's a ridiculous.
No,
comparison.
it's really not.
One guy is crazy. One guy.
They're both attention hogs. They both, they go around traditional diplomatic channels to. They're both kind of out on a limb.
No, one guy is an insane communist. The other is an egomaniacal attention whore. Okay, there's a big difference between the two. There's a huge difference, a gigantic chasm. Let's not do this kind of equivalency because it's garbage.
Okay, thank you.
Nah.
You're a
what
trumper.
else is going on?
I get it.
No, not at all. Good Lord, no. What did I just say? I said he's an egomaniacal attention whore.
You said that about Kim Jong-un.
No, I said Kim Jong-un is a communist, insane dictator. There's a difference between the two. Anyway, moving on. Aerosmith is canceling the remaining dates of its South American tour due to Steven Tyler's unexpected medical issues. Tyler's condition is not believed to be life-threatening. The Aerosmith frontman is 69 years old. Seriously, could any of Steven Tyler's medical issues be unexpected after all the cocaine he ingested in the 70s and 80s?
He and Joe were the Toxic Twins, you know?
Exactly. I mean, the fact that Steven Tyler has made it to age 69 is a borderline miracle.
Yeah.
The fact that so many of these guys are still Pete Townsend rocking out in his 70s, the Rolling Stones, all these bands, all the crap that they've ingested into their bodies from alcohol to illicit drugs to whatever. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Elton John, how is he still kicking? How is it, seriously? How these guys survived is are they drinking pig's blood? I don't know.
This coming from the man whose body's a temple.
Exactly.
There you go.
See, I'm an all things in moderation guy.
Of course you are.
I am. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially black tar heroin. You cannot overindulge when it comes. What else is going on? The director of the Michigan State Police is coming under fire for posting a message that calls NFL players protesting the national anthem degenerates.
Oh, boy.
The message was shared by Colonel Christy Kibbe-Atu on her Facebook page. She said the players are millionaire ingrates who hate America and disrespect our armed forces and veterans. The Post also calls the protesters rich, entitled, and ungrateful. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, she didn't generate that. She just reposted this.
Yeah.
But obviously you could assume that reflects her feelings. Now, calling them a degenerates is wrong. Ingrates is harsh. Are they being disrespectful to the anthem? Yeah. You're being disrespectful regardless of what you're doing it for. I mean, they have the right to do it, absolutely. That's what the flag is all about. That's part of the freedom of speech.
Right.
But are you disrespecting it by kneeling during the anthem? Absolutely. Are you rich and entitled? They're rich and entitled. Are they ungrateful? You could make that argument. I don't know if they are ungrateful or not. But the rest of the stuff, I think the word calling them degenerates is just wrong. It's wrong. Whether you agree or disagree with the protest, degenerates is wrong.
Okay. I'm looking at the whole thing, and the whole thing is about police brutality, and that's got to come to an end. It really does. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know how prevalent it is. I don't know how much of it is the repeated news cycle and
yeah.
It's clear to me that there needs to be more dialogue. That there needs to be more openness and discussion about this kind of stuff, and that we need to work on it. It's pretty clear to see.
I think cops overstep their bounds at times with people, whether you're dealing with blacks or everybody has dealt with the D-bag cop at some point in their life, whether you're white or black. You have. Now, how much of it is race based? That's up for debate. That's up for study. That's up for investigation. But these shootings, when the shootings occur, those do get investigated. Back when Colin Kaepernick initiated his protest, we had a black president and I'm not sure if Eric Holder was still the attorney general at the time, but you had a black president and a black attorney general investigating. There were civil rights investigations into these police shootings, and I'm not sure which ones. So I think they were the cops pretty much were cleared in those specific shootings. That doesn't mean it doesn't still occasionally happen, but I don't know if the way these protests are being organized and by kneeling. We talked about this yesterday. Yeah. It puts the focus on your disrespect of the anthem and not on what you're trying to bring attention to. Mm. I don't think these protests are helping. That's my biggest problem. Is if you've got a beef, if you've got something you want to bring awareness to, you've got to do it in a way that brings people to your side, not antagonize people.
And let me throw this in too, in that you were 100% correct on the whole thing that brings people to your side, and social media is not helping any of this.
No,
because you've got people that are people that are pro cop. And understandable, because sometimes cops are put into awful, terrible situations.
Most of the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really are. And they're put into non-winning situations. They're put into situations where no matter what goes on, they're going to get the worst of it. But period. And now, the back and forth on social media and all that kind of stuff, holy cow. Right. That is really becoming a crack in the wall. It's bad.
Yeah,
I wish everybody would just tone things down a little bit.
Right, and I understand the frustration of police. I understand the frustration of military people when it comes to the flag and stuff like that. But you just can't come out and blast people as degenerates for exercising their constitutional rights. You can disagree with the way they're doing it, and I think most people do. But at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta be smarter than this.
Okay.
What else is going on? A brewing company is moving closer to finalize plans to build a $1.5 million production facility in downtown Muskegon. Pigeon Hill was the sole entity to enter a bid to build a 4.5-acre city-owned parking lot on Shoreline Drive. If approved, some of the work could be completed by the end of next year. So that's a good thing.
Well, we can use it.
Things building, bigger and better in Ski Town. That's a cool thing. All right, sports. The Tigers lose their 95th game. They're 62-95. 5 more losses to get to that magic number of 100. Dude, they fall to the Royals 2-1.
We were watching last night for a little while, and it has gotten to the point with the Tigers telecast where they're literally going around the crowd trying to find things to talk about other than baseball.
Right.
It is that they picked out some guy yesterday with a fro. Some white guy with a big afro thing going on, and they literally spent 5 minutes talking about this guy's afro, which was a wig. Yeah. And they're like, well, that's some kind of fro. And Ron Allen's fros are coming back, man. Fros are where it's at. And I'm thinking to myself, A, can you imagine being on that team? B, can you imagine being part of the telecast, trying to come up with this much garbage to talk about, because it's just awful. And then, the one thing I did, and I was proud of myself, about a month and a half ago, I said to Cindy, you watch and see. I said, as the wheels fall off this cart, Nick Castellanos is going to be the one that they start to build this team around, and that's exactly what they're doing. He is going to be the new ringleader of the Tigers next year. He's going to be the showpiece.
Yeah, we'll see.
Castellanos.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's 62 wins this year.
It just didn't seem like that bad of a season until like a month and a half ago.
Dude, it's been bad for most. I mean, they went from mediocre to just hot garbage.
Hard to watch. It really is. It's just terrible.
Cubs lose. But hey, they're still going to the playoffs. St. Louis beats the Cubbies 8-7. That's sports.
Go enjoy your Wednesday.